Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, I brought her home last night. That's her boyfriend? Yo, he looks kind of angry at me. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. I have to say, we have so much to talk about today that we don't even need an intro. But if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it because I'm saving you all a bunch of time so you don't have to sit in front of MLB Network for an hour to get all of the news. We have 4 trades that just went down. 1, Tommy Milone is now going to the Atlanta Braves for 2 players to be named later. Jose Martinez is now on the Chicago Cubs. He goes from the Rays to Chicago. I was right about Trevor Rosenthal. He was just traded from the Kansas City Royals over to the San Diego Padres, but the Padres were not done just yet. They also acquired Mitch Moreland of the Boston Red Sox. They got Jason Rosario and then third baseman Hudson Potts. He had about 11 stolen bases. He has a very good sense of the strike zone, but good lord, the Padres just got even better, which I thought was going to be impossible because their offense is already really good. And for all of you that are wondering, Eric Hosmer is not going anywhere. He is raking to start 2020. Mitch Moreland is going to be their DH. And the fact that they also get Trevor Rosenthal, who is back to Cardinals. Trevor Rosenthal, that's the biggest. I mean, the Padres are winning 2020 all the way. And when I say winning 2020, I just mean in terms of improving from one year to the next, because they weren't very good last year, and now all of a sudden they're in playoff contention, and they're looking scary for the next couple years. So don't think I'm saying they're your World Series favorites, but they're definitely contenders. So there you go, the 4 trades and a quick little segment of MLB recap. That's all you need to know. And if anything else happens, I'll update you before I try and edit this video and get it out to you guys. Now, speaking of the Padres, we're going to go ahead and talk about their game yesterday. They played the Rockies, and they ran into Antonio Senzatela. He had 7 innings, only allowed 0 earned runs, so he was dominant yesterday. And then guess what happened? Jake Cronenworth had 2 RBIs in the 8th, and then Will Myers tied it up. What did that lead to? A tie game. So what happened after that?
Here. And there it is, base hit left center field, hits it around third, and the Rockies will win it. Daniel Murphy off the bench, 4-3 Colorado.
So unfortunately, Antonio Senzatela does not get a W for his performance, but the Rockies do end up getting a W as Daniel Murphy gets the walk-off. The Rockies are now just 2 games back of the Padres, so I think that loss yesterday pretty much solidified the Padres' sentiment that we are good, but we need to get better if we're going to beat teams like the Rockies on a consistent basis. So they went out and got Rosenthal. They went out and got Mitch Moreland. Good for them. Another walk-off, but this one was down in Milwaukee. Now, before we talk about the walk-off home run from Eric Sogard, I do want to show a home run off the bat of Christian Yelich that has not landed yet. This ball was hit 460 feet. Good lord, I think it's scheduled to land right about next week, courtesy of Spirit Airlines. Don't fly Spirit Airlines if you guys are young and trying to travel in the future. Eric Sogard came in clutch with the walk-off bomb. The Brewers need to keep this up as they are now tied for second in that division. Remember, the top 2 teams from every single division will be making the playoffs. So if it's the Brewers at second place, they're in. If it's the Cardinals, they're in. So keep that in mind. And speaking of teams that need to be in first or second place, the Cleveland Indians secure first place in the AL Central. I don't know how long it's going to last considering the Twins. They have a lot of injuries right now, but they get a W against the Cardinals on some of the worst base running. I mean, I can't even call this base running from Yadier Molina. I'm going to call it base standing. The Indians take the lead in the 12th after Carlos Carrasco and Jack Flaherty had an amazing pitcher's duel to start the first regular innings of that game. But then, of course, what is Molina doing? Every single umpire on the field called this ball fair. So the fact that he's putting his hands up, oh, that was a foul ball. No, you just got caught sleeping. The LA Dodgers are looking just almost unbeatable, and they might get even better because talks are now beginning to really pick up in terms of Lance Lynn going to the Dodgers. If that happens, I'll try and update you guys before this video goes live. But Cody Ballinger hits a 2-run shot in the 3rd. He raises his batting average to .308 over the last 15 days. Max Muncy drives in 4 on top of Mookie Betts getting walked 3 separate times. Blake Treinen, he gets the W, so they took a flyer on Treinen. He has been pretty good. And then also Jake McGee, he's been decent to start this year, but I would say the Dodgers are without a doubt the most complete team in all of baseball, and they were without Cody Bellinger raking. Cody Bellinger is raking. Wow. Taijuan Walker shows up in his first start going 6 innings, only allows 4 hits and 0 earned runs. Now, a couple of those hits came from Jose Iglesias. His batting average is now back over 400, so I wanted to talk about that. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think he is on to something. He has 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, and a 954 OPS in his last 15 days. Even Foolish Baseball came in on Twitter yesterday. He provided some insight, so if you guys want to check that out, it's on the screen right now. But all 3 of the top teams in the American League East won their games yesterday, so they are still a half game back of second. They're sitting in 3rd place, but the Yankees have not made any moves so far. The Blue Jays, they have, and they're reaping the benefits. Guys, I don't know what happened when I was editing this video. My Angels portion of the video just completely disappeared, but here's Joe Adell hitting his first 2 career home runs, and then up by 10 runs, Mike Trout hits a 3-run bomb. That is home run number 297. Honestly, hitting a home run up by 10, Mike needs to go to prison. I want jail time, but as you guys can see, he is just 2 away from the Angels record, and then 3 away from 300. The Giants ended their 3-game skid yesterday versus the Diamondbacks, who are now 1-9 in their last 10 games. Brandon Belt and Evan Longoria went off yesterday. Longoria is having a great season so far, which makes me happy because for all of you young guys out there, Evan Longoria was once upon a time in the conversation for best third baseman in baseball for a 5 or 6 year span. He was so good, and he's probably 1 or 2 really good seasons away from having Hall of Fame consideration. So this made me happy. Now moving on, the former team of Mitch Moreland, the Boston Red Sox, they got a W yesterday as Xander Bogaerts hit a 3-run home run to center field. Bradley and Pilar both drove in 2 runs. They get a 5-3 victory over the Washington Nationals. The Red Sox bullpen, which is usually shaky, they shut it down from the 3rd inning and beyond. Bradley apparently is in trade talks to the Indians. I'm going to tell you right now, Indians fans don't want Jackie Bradley Jr. Don't let that happen. Rookie Josh Fleming in back-to-back starts is coming in huge for the Rays. He goes 5 1/3 innings, only allows 3 hits, does not give up any runs, and has 6 strikeouts. Again, I never heard of him before 2020, so I wanted to tip my cap to him. He is starting off with a bang. The bullpen does hold the lead as the Marlins get shut out, and the Marlins have been playing very flat the last week, maybe week and a half. They have now lost 3 games in a row, so I don't know what the future holds for Miami if they're not trying to get more pieces, but good thing that Sixto had a good start, so I don't think they really care. As long as Sixto and their young prospects are raking, they're fine.
That ball's crushed. Center field. Acuna watches it fly. 3-run home run, Rhys Hoskins. Got him swinging. 1 away in the 7th on the 8th strikeout of the game for Zach Eflin. Bills 2-0. Yanked down the line and caught by Hoskins.
The Phillies get a dub yesterday because Rhys Hoskins finally decided to say, you know what, I'm Rhys freaking Hoskins. I should be able to hit a whole lot better than a 200 batting average. He's been doing a lot better in terms of consistency. He goes 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run. Zach Eflin looked fantastic. 7 innings, 1 earned run, and an 8K performance against a really good Braves team. Now, Harper goes 1 for 3, but you would have thought that he was 0 for his last 500 because he was robbed by Ronald Acuna Jr. And then I don't think I have to explain anything. We're going to go ahead and show it right now because dude was mad.
Drives this ball in the air to right center field. Acuna on the move. He was shaded to left center, so he had a long way to go, and he got there to make the catch. Leaping grab to finish off the bottom of the 7th.
Moving on over to Luke Voight, who might be the best first baseman in all of the American League. Now, that might be hyperbole because he's been so good to start 2020. Now, there are guys like Mitch Moreland, and who are the other good first basemen in the American League? I can't remember.
Jose to right field.
First pitch is hit right field.
But anyways, he homers in the first, and then Dylan Betances of the New York Mets, he seals the deal, and he gives a little pass ball in the 9th inning as the Yankees, they secure a W. Now, Betances has a 6.1 ERA, so I'm sure the Yankees are happy about not re-signing him. And then all of a sudden, J.A. Happ turned into prime James Paxton. He goes 7 1/3, 3 hits, 0 earned runs. Doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, there were so many games from yesterday. We still have 6 more to go. All right, we're gonna do these rapid fire because there was 3 doubleheaders. The Reds, they fall to the Cubs in game number 1. Trevor Bauer has not really been himself the last couple days. He's given up a ton of home runs. Rizzo homers twice, and then Darvish, he's throwing 98 miles an hour on the 70th pitch at 34 years old. A lot of people were saying on Twitter, I had no idea that Yu Darvish was 34. Yeah, join the club. I thought he was 29, maybe 30. Now the man is approaching 35 years old. And then the Cubs fall in game number 2 as the Reds answer back. Jesse Winker, they take care of business, 6-5. Acuna is back in the lineup, and honestly, I think that he should be there because Shogo Akiyama, he's not good. I don't think he's going to make it in professional baseball, at least in terms of American baseball. I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The Astros had a doubleheader as well yesterday. They take game 1 and game number 2 because they have Jesse Winker 2.0, Kyle Tucker, and Josh Reddick both homer in game number 1. But the story is, Tucker, in his last 15 games, this is his stat line. He has been absolutely insane. The Astros are now 2.5 games back after winning both games against the A's in that doubleheader. That division is going to be spicy for the rest of the season. And then last but not least, the Twins get swept in their little mini series, a doubleheader versus the Tigers. Cruz homers in both games, but Matthew Voight in game number 1 decides to be a good version of Matthew Boyd. And then in game number 2, Tarek Skubal of the Tigers, he gets his first MLB win, going 5 innings, only 2 earned runs. And then Miggy and Jose Candelario driving 4 RBIs. So Cruz is now up to 13 home runs. He is tied with Fernando Tatis Jr., who is 21 years old. Nelson Cruz is 40. That has to be the biggest age gap in history of people tied for most home runs. 21 years old and 40. Wow. So there you guys go. Bryce Harper slamming helmets. The Red Sox are making big trades along with the Padres. Who knows what happens next? Maybe the Dodgers get Lance Lynn. Maybe he goes to the White Sox. I don't know, man. But we're going to move on to this day in MLB history, and I'm going to go take a nap because, wow, that was a lot of stuff. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. That took forever. I mean, if you guys want to leave a like, that would be awesome too because, I mean, I was at this for 3 or 4 hours. Good Lord.
Strikes out the side in the 9th inning. And Jake Arrieta has thrown his first career no-hitter.